It's quarantine, day 14. Mrs. Street hasn't been able to leave her house to go to burn boot camp, but that hasn't stopped her. She's been able to work out every single day. Let's do this.
The ratios of the number of push-ups that Miss Street, Mr. Butler, and Miss Rogers can do is now 3 to 5 to 6. Mr. Butler can do 45 push-ups. How many push-ups can they do in all?
What up, my quarantine challenge math people? Back at it again. A lot of push-ups. Thank you, Miss Street from Ballantyne Elementary School. Go Bears for being our guest speaker. Let's dive right in this question because first of all, this will obviously lie because Miss Rogers, well, we'll talk about this in a second, okay? If you're an avid quarantine math follower or an InstructaBeats subscriber, oh wow, that is not good handwriting. First of all, my handwriting's not great, but you also know we love our sides check here, okay? So our statement's going to say, they can do blank push-ups in all right? So I'm looking for anything about push-ups and anything about who they are. So that's my guiding light. That's my statement. So when I went back and identified, I see that there was a ratio here of 3 to 5 to 6 push-ups. And that was Mrs. Street to Mr. Butler to Miss Rogers. And then it also said that Mr. Butler can do 45 push-ups. Okay, so I know that I'm going to be doing a multiplicative comparison model because ratios are a multiplicative comparison, right? If you've been following it, if not, go ahead and check out our ratio song. I will link it in the description for this video if you want a reminder of what a ratio is or how to find it. We also have a fantastic ratio playlist, which I'll also link in the description if you want to learn a little bit more about ratios. And so I know that Miss Street had 3 parts, okay, to Mr. Butler's 5 parts, right? So for every 3 push-ups Miss Street would do, Mr. Butler would do 5. And there we go, 1 more. And then this is how you know this is a fictional problem. You know Miss Rogers ain't doing more push-ups than Mr. Butler. That's all I'm saying, okay? If you want to challenge her to that, look her up on Facebook, Ballantyne Elementary School, and challenge her to that push-up contest. Okay, let's see if she can even do 10. That's all I'm saying. All right. And so for every 3 that Mr. Butler or Miss Street did, Mr. Butler could do 5, and Miss Rogers could do 6. And then also Mr. Butler could do a total of 45. And you want to know how many push-ups we can do in all. Now this just becomes a 4th grade problem because I know that the total for Mr. Butler's tape diagram is 45. It's split into 5 equal pieces. So 45 divided by 5 is going to be 9, which means all my other equal groups also have to be 9. So Miss Street has 27. Miss Rogers has 9 in each, okay? And so if I have 9 groups of 6, that's going to be 54, all right? And then I want to know the total. So if you are a ratio expert, you'll see that the scale factor I used to find mine was 9. So if I multiply this ratio by 9, I have to multiply all the other ratios by 9 as well. And when you add these up, you're going to get 27 plus, you know what? You can probably add those up. If you're doing challenge math, you can probably add. And the total amount of push-ups that everybody could do, keeping this ratio, was 126 push-ups in all, if Mr. Butler could do 45, right? Which I don't know if I can do 45. I'm not going to lie to you. I know I used to be able to when I played college football, but now who knows? After 2 kids, you stop working out. Am I right, parents who are watching this? You know I'm right, all right? Thank you, first of all, Miss Street, for being a guest question person and videoing herself working out. That is awesome. We appreciate you here on Quarantine Math and InstructaBeats. Big shout out to Miss Street. Roll Tide. Even though I don't like Alabama, I'll say it for you because I know Miss Street played soccer at Alabama. I think it was in the late 2000s, like around 2009, right? Look her up. And I know after she works out, she's going to wash her hands. She's not going to touch her face. Okay, if she's feeling sick, she's going to stay inside. And as we always say, please subscribe, first of all. Like the video if you haven't done that. And stay safe, do math. I'm out.